All right, while we're waiting on some people, I will give about 1 more minute, 2 more minutes. Do you guys have any question you guys want to ask in between?
I think I'm good for right now, but this has been super helpful. So I appreciate you doing this today.
All right, all right. Thank you. That yeah, I just want to give some stuff out there. I don't see a lot of people reaching out for tutoring. So yeah, I think doing some like this on exam day is helpful. Okay. All right, let's see. Let's okay. I think we can go ahead and start now. All right. So I think it's a good this last question right here is the hardest possible question could throw at you. But so we will work together from start to end on this one. Um and then okay, let's begin. Okay. Right here, the first thing first, you could see that if you
Oh,
could
you're not
see
sharing your screen.
oh,
Sorry.
am I not? My apologize. All right. Uh yeah. Okay. I think I am now.
There you go.
Okay. Wait, but let me share my entire screen instead. Okay. You guys can see it now, right?
Yes.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Okay. So we have stock D and stock E. You know that there's two stuff. There asset A and asset B. But then something I would do is that I would try to eliminate one column first and then just only looking at these two. Because right here the question asks us to find standard deviation for each stock A and B. So what equation should we look at when we look for one asset? When we look at the standard deviation, it will be this one right here, because that equation is used to find the standard deviation of one asset. And the reminder to you guys again, ERA. That is a small piece you have to find first, right? And there, in this case, in this problem 10 right here, you have to find ERA of this one. Well, let's use this ERB, make it less confused. And this one is ERA, right? So you could see, you immediately see that, all right, I have to find the ERA for the A and then the ERB for the B. And yeah, let's begin with that. So it's asked, let's try to find the well, my apologies, guys. I want to focus on just one first to help you guys visualize. All right, in this case, I only want you to focus on stock E, which I say is the ERB. Okay, so we find ERB first. ERB, like I said, probability multiply with this because it next to each other. 0.26 multiplied by 0.40, then add 60%, 0.6 multiplied by 18% plus 20.20 multiplied by negative 0.04. All right, when you add them up, that gives you the expected return.
On that first one, it looks like you put 0.26, but it's 0.2.
Oh, my apologize. My apologize. My apologize. All right. That is correct. All right. Let me try to compute that. Let me try to calculate that real quick. All right. 20 multiplied by 4 plus 6 multiplied by 18 equal plus 2 by 0.04 negative equal to, wait, did I do it wrong? I think I have 18%. I'm not sure if it's correct, but let me double check real quick. Okay, 18% is correct. All right. And then we have to find the standard deviation because it asks standard deviation of each, right? So then what equation do we use? It is the one that I tell you just a minute ago. It's gonna be this. Where is it? 1 second. Okay, right here. It's gonna be this one right here because it's gonna be this entire one right here because it's involved just one asset, and then it's asking to find the standard deviation. This one is variance, so you have to square root. That's a reminder. Okay. All right. So the ERA, the small stuff, we already got it. So now we just apply this to find the standard deviation of that one stock. Okay. Let's do that. So we are having ERB. Okay, so let's find standard deviation. This one is variance. We have to square root everything at the end. Probability. It gives probability, right? Then we use, let's say the first one, 20.20, and open bracket, everything square. First thing is 40, so 0.4 minus ERA. In this case, it's the ERB, right? 0.18, add together, probability 0.6, across is 18%, so 18 minus 0.18 squared. Then lastly, the 20% probability, open the bracket up, next to 20, 20% probability is negative 0.04 minus 0.18. Yes, this could be tedious if on the test. If I imagine if she give this problem, it's gonna be brutal, but then hey, at least we cover it. All right, and then if you do this and you square root it, then that is the standard deviation of just one stuff, B. And in this case, let's try. And in this case, it is 5.06. 5.06%. Okay, we could do the same thing for, all right, if you guys have time, like, please give me a double check on this if we actually got it or not. And then let's imagine if just a reminder to you guys, if it doesn't give you the probability, then don't panic, right? We just divide everything by 3 because it's happened 1 thing, 2 thing, 3 thing. So we just divide by 3 and then take a square root afterward. Okay. All right. And that is just for step B. Okay. Now I will go up here. I will look at stock D only. So I'll don't look at this one, very confusing. So if I want to find standard deviation of just that stuff, I have to use the equation for just one thing, which is the one, once again, this one. All right, let's do that. Okay. So good practice here, you guys. ERA equal probability multiply with thing that next to it, 0.26 plus 0.60 multiplied by 0.18 plus 0.20% multiplied by 0.10 Okay, and if we add them up, we would got, let's see, we would got, oh, wow. Also 18%. I don't know how that happened, but okay. 18% for the ERA. All right, perfect. Now we have to find the standard deviation of the ER of the stock A. So the same thing, just the same as how you apply it on the right side. Right here, you do it to the left side. So let's do it together. Probability. Remember, looking at the formula, which one do you use? You use the one that have probability and one stock only. So point probability, first probability is 0.20. What thing next to it? It's 26%. So 0.26 minus what is the expected return? 0.18 squared plus probability. In this case, next to it is 0.18 minus 0.18 square. Point. Lastly is the probability of 0.2. And there's a 0.10 minus 0.18 square. All right, at the end, remember, because you have to square root both sides to get into standard deviation of the stock B. And in this case, if you do that, you would got, oh, wait 1 second. I think I missed some. Okay. DE, right? Okay. Okay. My apologize. Minor mistake. 5.06 is for this guy. I do not do the calculation, so I just copy the answer. But if you guys do this, this should be the same. Let me know if I got it or not. I will revise if it's wrong. But yeah. Okay, so 13.91% is for the B. Okay. So document that. All right. So answer the question right here. What is standard deviation of return for stock D and E? We find it standard deviation of A, standard deviation of B. We know what equation to use. We know the small step we have to take to arrive to the standard deviation. All right. Watch out for that ERA, ERB stuff. Okay. All right. Here, harder question right here. What is the covariance of return between stock D and E? So covariance, remind you that covariance on the formula sheet has two equations. One that says cov AB and one that says that's this. Reminder, this is covariance, not standard deviation, not variance. It's covariance. Okay. All right. So let together see the equation again. All right. Okay. All right. So two equation about covariance, this guy and this guy. Right. The problem give us probability. The problem didn't give us the correlation. So you immediately know which one to use. This one is correlation, right? It doesn't given. So not looking at this. So the only left option is this guy right here. Okay, let's see what requirement it needs. Okay, ERA. Okay, I find it before. ERB, I find that before. The P is the probability. All right, seems straightforward. All right, it just the don't be afraid. Just like identify what is stuff. You should be able to do it. Okay, let's work this together. Okay, one thing you want to watch out is you see how the thing right here is minus the expected return for that stock, and that thing right here is minus the expected return of that stock. So right here is not different. These two x right here is not the same. They all belong to each. If it's a B, then the B go together. If it's a A, the A go together. Keep in mind of that. All right, and reminder again, covariance have nothing to do with the square root, so don't do the square root on it. Okay. So let's do it together here. All right, I'm gonna copy this, bring it down, do it again with you guys. Okay, so what is a covariance? I remember formula is this P open, open. All right, one thing, keep in mind there's no square, right? So watch out on the equation. There's no square after that. But then this one is Ri of the step A minus the expected return of step A. And then Ri of step B minus the expected return step B. This guy you already has. It's only that this guy is a new thing, and I will show you why it's not that new, no longer. And okay, let's do it. And that is equal to, once again, covariance. Okay, it's asking for covariance between D and E. P, all right, looking at the first thing, P, okay, I copy that down, 20.2. All right, open up. All right, RIA. All right, RIA, probably referring to something belong to A. So I just copy 0.26. All right, EA. All right, that guy seemed familiar. I think I got it. 0.18. Because these two guys is the same in this scenario. So that is the bad thing about this example. If it happened to be different ERA, like ERA is different from ERB, then I think that is would be a better example. But okay, so that you guys agree that this is correct. And then continuing, all right, for that 20% probability next to it, okay, for step B, that's 0.4 minus ERB. In this case, is the same as ERA, 0.18. However, it could be different. They are not as, in some case, the 18 right here is different from, it could be 0.17 or 0.16, could be different. All right, but the message is this guys, you guys already know how to find in the previous step where you don't look at one column of stock and then just focus on the focus on one stock only. All right. So reminder, this is the hardest possible question. All right, let's stuff 2, because we finished with the 20 probability. There's other probability we haven't considered. 0.6. And then next to that 0.6 is 0.8, 0.18 minus 0.18, the expected return. Then what is next to it? Again, 0.18 minus 0.18. All right, that finished with the second probability. The third probability is 0.20, the last row right here. All right, 10% for the things that next to it, minus the expected return of A is 80%. And then multiply things next to it is minus 0.04, minus 0.18. Okay, very tedious. But like I said, after you do this, that is the answer. You don't have to do the square root because this one is talking about the covariance. It's not talking about standard deviation, right? Right. Okay. And try out if this is the answer. Let me know if I'm wrong. But More than likely I got it right. All right, what else? What is their correlation coefficient? This is the next question. What is their correlation coefficient? Let's see. Correlation coefficient. Don't be panicked. You have to remember where is it on the equation sheet. And from my experience, the correlation is the PAB. This one is not probability. It is called reminder. This is called correlation. This one reminder is covariance. Okay. All right. So let's try to get to the formula sheet again where we see the correlation. In this equation sheet, there's only one place that have the correlation. That has the correlation value to it, which is this formula right here. And let me ask you, do you have the covariance yet? Okay, that is the thing that we just found in right here. Right, the tedious thing we do is the covariance. And do we have the standard deviation? Because right here you have to divide. Let me one second. Right here you have to divide by standard deviation of A and standard deviation of B to get into the correlation. All right, I think we do it in the first step. I think when we break it into small step, we already find standard deviation of A and standard deviation of B. Yes, so probably more than likely I could find the correlation coefficient. All right. So let's do it. Okay, let me double check real quick. Okay, the covariance turned out to be 70.4. Hey, actually, I will show you guys if I input this correctly or not. Let me I think what is it? Decimals. Let me input that real quick for you guys because something I found could be helpful here. I'm gonna show you guys. Minus 15 plus 6. Well, this one should be 0 on the second one. So just do the last one. 4, 5, 5, 10 minus 15. 5, 8, 4 minus 18. All right, that is the answer. Let me double check if it's correct. All right. This one you guys see is 0.007, but the answer is 7.4, right? If you multiply this by 100, it's not equal to that. It's not equal, right? But then, however, this is a square. So you have to do another multiply by 100. Yeah. So something to watch out. Okay. Well, that's indeed 70. 70.4% square, right? However, when you do the calculation to find the when you find the correlation, because right now we're working on what is the correlation, right? The question is right here. What is the correlation coefficient? And from the formula above, I saw one that had the correlation in it, which said, what is this one? Covariance AB equal to correlation multiply with standard deviation of A and standard deviation of B. All right. This one is given already, this 70 right here, because we just found it previously. This one and this one, we got it from the easy step when we try to break down easy step and do it individually. So let me pull it. Okay, we get 5.06 and 13.91. Okay, let me write that. 5.06, 13.91. All right, so I want them to be similar. Well, let me try. I usually prefer the form of decimal, like 0.00 something. I don't want to keep them at percentage. But I would try both case to see if they add up to the same thing. Okay. So in this case, let's try to get this 70.4% square. Remember, it's percent square, right? And then divide by 0.06. And then also divide by 13.91%. I'm not sure if this gives the right answer if you keep it as percentage and percentage square. I'm gonna try to see it now if it add up. But let's see if they do 70.4 divided by 6. 70.4 divided by 9.06 divided by 1. Okay. This is okay. I think you could do it too. All right. I think if you want to keep it at a percentage, you could do it. It's equal to 1. However, if you want to keep it as a decimal form, then you have to know that this thing have to divide 2 times by 100. So let's do that. 0.4 divided by 100 and divide by 100. That's 0.00704, and then divide by 0.0506 and divide by 0.1391. All right, let's try that to see if it's the same. 0.0406 by 0.131. Okay, they seem to add up to the same stuff. So watch out on that. If you use a percentage, and that. If you use decimal form, then that. All right, and I think that's conclude everything. All right, well, one last thing probably. Yeah, so one last thing. Remember, the captain is not included. Watching out for that risk premium. Once and then holding period return not included. I also think the dividend, they didn't include a D0 multiplied with 1 plus G. They didn't include that, so watch out if the dividend is paid today, then you have to remember that. And let's see what, okay. The overvalue problem. Remember that the captain, the percentage captain is always will be on the line, and the expected return. Usually they will give you a problem of dividend. They give you the present value of that as well. And then you have to try to find the interest rate, the K right here. And that is called your expected. And the expected will be somewhere not on the line. That's what you're comparing with. Undervalue if the K is above, and overvalue if well, you guys don't be confused, right? The K up here, I should not use a K. This one, well, let use the R, expected return. So the R, expected return. If the expected return is higher than the equilibrium return, which is a red line right here. If it's above, that's undervalue. If it's below, that's overvalue. All right. Other than that, I don't think what else I can comment or give you guys a heads up on. I'm open to questions right now. We have 6 minutes left till this one close down again, but then if you guys still have other questions, we can resume.
Could you scroll up just a little bit to the same problem? Yeah, just the correlation. I guess I'm a little confused on like why we had to multiply it by 100 twice.
Yep. Oh, sure. Yes. Perfect. All right. Let me see. Oh, let me. This is the answer for that question, and it's in terms of percentage square. And let me see, what did I do? Okay, so if the problem asks you to find the covariance, that's this step what we do. The result of it is 0.00704. So if you want on the exam, they will usually the answer choice in term of percentage and not in term of decimal like 0.000. So what I try to convey is that if you on the exam, you will not see this. So don't be panicked, because if you see the 704, more than likely that's the answer. And if you want to convert it to the answer form, like percentage square, then by doing that, you have to multiply this by 100, and that lead us to that lead us to 0.704. Not quite the answer, right? So we have to multiply the second time of 100. That get us to 7.4. And this has to be percentage square because you multiply by 2 times 100. Is it answer your question? Or?
Yeah, so just to clarify, so when we're actually solving for, the covariance, we don't have to multiply it by 100 twice unless we see that the answer choice lists percentage squared.
More than likely, it will be percentage square. Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. All right. Any other question? All right.
Yes. Will the meeting at when was it? 7? Is it
Yes.
going to be going over the same problems?
It will be go over the same problem. However, I don't think I will be able to make um go over. I will try to do it more efficiently because I will end at 8. This one it takes 2 hours, so but I will refer them to go through the video too.
Okay.
Yes. But
Thank you very much.
oh, you're welcome. Absolutely.
Yeah. What were you going to say? Sorry.
No, not at all. Any other question?
I'm
Thank you
good, but
very much
thank
for
you so
doing this.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So watch out for the golden one. This problem right here. Like a lot of students have trouble with this. Yeah. So if you have time, like go over it again and let's see if my respond, my approach makes sense to you. Yeah. And other than that, yes. All right. Other than that, I will prepare for another session. And feel free to text me if you guys need a solution to something quick. Just like feel free to reach out to me. All right. All right. I'm gonna end here. Thank you,
I
guys.
think I will see you tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yeah.
Sure.
Around you start at 3:30, right?
Let me 1 second. Let me stop
Tomorrow.
sharing. I think I could stop recording as well.